Chapter 53, Kaylee. I went on a date with a jock. Not just any jock, but one of the Knights, the most popular group at our school. More surprisingly, I enjoyed it. Oliver has a similar taste in music, he's laid back, he has a self-depreciating sense of humor, and he's fairly cute. Plus, he listened to what I said. He paid real attention and seemed interested in anything and everything I had to say. He kept his eyes on me for the entirety of our date. Not in like a creepy way, but like his eyes didn't wander. Even with our waitress flirting her butt off and trying to get her cleavage as close to Oliver's face as possible. He was polite to her, but that was it. Honestly, it seemed like he was so focused on me, he didn't see her or her advances. He's so the opposite of James that it makes my head spin. It feels too good to be true. Sarah walks in the door a few minutes after me, and that's when I realize I've been pacing the kitchen and cleaning it while I try to dissect the evening's events. She has her arms full of grocery bags, and she sits on the dining room table. Sarah normally only goes to the store to buy junk food, so the fact that she has bags and bags of stuff makes me curious as to what's going on. What's all of this? I gesture to the mountain of bags. A peace offering from me and the boys. I know you weren't happy with me inviting the guys to band practice, or Carter and me abandoning you at the restaurant. So to make amends, we bought you this. It's bags of baking supplies. More specifically, the supplies to make mine, Sarah, Carter, and Drew's favorite cupcakes. Maple brown sugar, pink lemonade, white chocolate truffle, and hot cocoa, respectively. They got me the items for the chocolate chip cookie cupcake recipe I've been wanting to try. This is exactly what I need, to lose myself in baking until my anxiety dissipates. I pull Sarah into a bone-crushing hug. Thank you. I didn't even know I needed this. We knew. You always take care of me and anticipate my needs. I wanted to be able to do that for you for once. Especially since it's partially my fault you're anxious. I shouldn't have pushed Oliver on you. Don't worry about it. Tonight wasn't what I had expected. I let go of her. Anyway, enough about boys. How about you wash your hands and we can have some sister time baking and staying up too late. I'm extra glad Mary's already passed out in her room now. We have the whole house to ourselves, and she won't wake up until after we've left for school tomorrow. I get Sarah started on lining baking pans while I get the first batch of batter ready. As the first batch goes into the oven, I get a text from Oliver. What's that smile for? Sarah asks. I lift my hand to my face to refute her statement, or maybe to hide my smile. I'm enjoying spending time with my sister. I hope to distract her. Uh-huh. Are we pretending I didn't hear your phone go off and see your face light up like a Christmas tree when you looked at it? She asked. Yes, we are, I insist as I type out a reply to Oliver's text. Sarah sighs dramatically. Fine. If you don't want to talk about it, we don't have to. But I'll say I've never seen you look that way when James texts you, even when things with y'all were good. Oliver seems to like you, and he could be good for you. After that statement, she thankfully drops the conversation and doesn't bring it back up, even though I continue to text Oliver while we bake. I send Sarah to bed when it's time to decorate the cupcakes. On impulse, I snap a picture of one of the cupcakes and send it to Oliver when I finish them. I realize we've been texting for hours when I finally tell him goodnight. As I lie down to go to sleep, I relax and enjoy that my anxiety has completely gone away. The next day, I wake up feeling more rested than I have in a long while. I check my phone and see a good morning text from Oliver that makes me smile. Then I look closer at my phone and realize morning band practice started 5 minutes ago. Crap. I jump out of bed and go to wake Sarah up. I guess I forgot to set my alarms last night. Sarah, get up. We're supposed to be at band already. I'm up. We might as well take our time. Mr. Gregory will be just as mad if we're late as he'd be if we aren't there at all. I'm frantically getting my stuff together when her words register, and I realize she's right. As long as I'm there in time for government, it'll be fine. We can go in through the band hall, and I can take a cupcake to each band director and apologize for missing today. I get ready at a much slower pace and load the cupcakes up. I set aside a small batch for the boys that I leave at the house where Mary won't find them. The rest of the cupcakes will smooth over mine and Sarah's absence this morning with the rest of the band. At least we're mostly missing watching Friday night's performance, so my absence won't have much of an effect on rehearsal. We get to school with 5 minutes left in first period. After I put my van in park, I decide to text Oliver back. Kaylee, morning. Meet me outside the band hall before second period for something sweet. Without waiting to see if Oliver responds, I hurry into the band hall. Everyone is excited about the cupcakes, which I set on the table. Sarah and I head to Mr. Gregory's office to talk to him about our absence. He tells me not to let it happen again and sends us on our way. I still have about 10 cupcakes left over even after the band descended on them. I head out of the band hall and freeze in the hallway when I see Oliver leaning against the wall opposite the band hall doors. He looks cool and collected, the exact opposite of how I feel. His t-shirt stretches across his muscular chest, made even more evident by his crossed arms. I remember what it was like to be in his arms at the dance and feel my body flood with heat. What would it be like to be that close to him without the pretense of a dance? To be close to him in a warm embrace. Sarah bumps my shoulder as she heads to her class. That knocks me out of my stupor and I walk across the hall. Hi. My voice comes out all breathy and I mentally kick myself. Hey, you said you had something for me? Oh, yeah. Would you like a cupcake? There's maple bacon brown sugar, pink lemonade, white chocolate truffle, hot cocoa, and chocolate chip cookie. I try to focus on the cupcakes instead of how awkward I'm feeling. James and I never actually dated, and any other guy I went on a date with was usually just a one-off. So I've never had to interact with them at school. This is new territory for me, and I don't know how to act. I don't know what Oliver is expecting. Does he think we're together now? Does he want to go on another date? I know he said he did, but what if he changed his mind? Does he think we're better off as friends? Are we even friends? That's delicious. Oliver licks frosting off his lips. Of course he picked the maple bacon brown sugar. His groan mixed with watching him devour my favorite cupcake has me thinking back to last night. I wonder what his lips taste like covered in frosting. When I briefly kissed him in my driveway, I only wanted to distract him from trying to walk me to my door in case Mary was still up. I wasn't expecting his lips to feel so warm or to feel fluttery when I kissed him. His lips had moved over mine gently, and I didn't want to break the kiss and run inside. But I did because I knew Sarah and the guys were on their way to my house, and I didn't want them to catch me making out with Oliver. You're a great baker. Oliver pulls me back to the present. Oh, thank you. I can feel myself blushing and wish I could make myself stop. I don't want Oliver to know how he affects me. If he knows I like him, he might decide to use that against me. Crap. I like Oliver. I guess there's no denying it now. I need to keep my distance and keep my heart locked up so there's no repeat of the James nonsense. So, can I walk you to class? He asks. I look up to see Oliver blushing and not quite looking at me. Either he's a good actor or maybe he likes me too. Sure, that sounds nice. I stop by my locker before heading to government. Oliver asked me a couple of questions about baking, and I talk most of the way to class.